If you're looking for a sign that coal is coming back into vogue in the UK, the Shalston surface mine in West Yorkshire isn't a bad place to start. It's recently been reopened by Britain's largest coal mining company, UK Coal, which is wasting no time accessing the black stuff.
Well, it's hard to believe it, but 2 months ago this rather enormous hole wasn't here at all. It's been dug entirely by these two red excavators we can see behind me. And what they're doing is digging away an enormous amount of mudstone and trying to get down below my feet about 7 metres to another seam of coal. There's about 5,000 tonnes worth of coal down there. It's going to take them about another 2 weeks to reach it.
From the mid-80s through till today, it certainly has been nothing like this appetite for investment, or indeed the excitement and enthusiasm that we all see about a new future.
Oil and gas prices, as everybody knows, have risen considerably, and coal represents perhaps the most available of all these fuels and therefore is competitive.
A few miles from Shalston, UK Coal is spending around $100 million to open new seams and extend the life of the Kellingley Deep Mine, one of 4 deep mines operated by the company.
We've still got about 30 to 50 years of coal at Kellingley. We obviously want to mine it, but it's got a bit of a price that's right for company, and obviously it is at the moment, it is.
Coal's price has risen 4-fold in the last 4 years, but it's still relatively cheap, and it's certainly abundant. In Britain there are reserves of around 1 billion tonnes, and currently only about 20 million are mined annually. 80% of the coal mined in the UK ends up in power stations, and it provides around 1/3 of the UK's electricity. But it's the dirtiest of fossil fuels, and some, like these Greenpeace members protesting at a coal-fired plant last year, aren't happy about its newfound popularity.
About half of all CO2 in the air globally is fossil fuel CO2s come from burning coal. But the worrying thing is that at the moment we're actually seeing a return to coal and the threat of a new coal age, as in Britain, for example, we're seeing the first plans for new coal-fired power stations for almost 3 decades, and globally we're seeing a real resurgence in coal.
Now, finding alternatives to coal isn't simple, although new carbon capture technology may at least help coal's emissions problem, since it could cut its carbon output by 90%. That said, it's yet to be tested commercially.
The technology exists today to capture carbon from combustion plants, so from power stations. It's expensive, but it could be done.
I think by 2015 this is going to be commercial, and by 2020 will be being deployed widely.
You know, the government at the moment in this country is talking about a demonstration project, a very small one, that might come online in 2015, which then might provide some kind of price signal that maybe then it might become available in decades to come.
In fact, Greenpeace believes the only future coal should have is no future at all.
All of the fossil fuels, their costs are spiralling, and that's only going to continue into the future. With renewable energy, you have a one-off cost, and then there are no costs after that.
I think to say that we mustn't have coal is naive.
If we shouldn't be touching coal at all, it'll be nice to read by candlelight again in the near future.
However big a part coal plays in the UK's future energy mix, don't expect to see anything like the number of miners at work as there were in Britain just 25 years ago.
Back in early 80s, you know, 180,000 miners. Now you're best part of 5,000, so you can see it's obviously taking a nosedive.
I doubt if we'll create more than 1,000 jobs over the next 10 years.
As for the miners back at Shalston, they reckon they can recover about 400,000 tonnes of coal from the mine. It's a mere fraction of what it used to produce, but right now, pulling it out of the ground is well worth the effort.